introduction. I want to say a huge thank you to all of you for coming along this afternoon. We are 25 days into this crisis, and I have to say that as depressing as the situation in Kashmir is, in Indian occupied Kashmir, as heartbreaking as that situation is, I do pay tribute to the stamina, the resilience and the energy, not just of our Kashmiri brothers and sisters in Kashmir, but here in Birmingham and across the United Kingdom, because you have kept your voices loud and you have kept this issue going strong, and that's what we need to do moving forward, because this crisis shows no signs of ending any day soon, and we have to therefore keep making as much noise as possible, so loud that our Kashmiri brothers and sisters back at home can hear us, and that they know we have not forgotten their plight, and we are not going to allow it to drop down the political radar and to make it out of the news. We have to keep our voices strong, because this does not look like it's going to end any day soon. 25 days into the lockdown, my message to the Indian government is, if you have nothing to hide, why won't you let the world see what is going on in Kashmir? It is only because there is something bad happening that they have this lockdown, and we know that there are human rights abuses occurring. We know that there is violence against innocent people in Kashmir, and we know that there are severe, justified concerns when it comes to access to food, and in particular access to medicines, especially for young and old people alike. So we know that there is something bad happening, and that's why they won't let the eyes of the world see what is going on. And this is a message that we need to take strongly to our own government. I'm glad that Birmingham's Conservatives have made a statement here this afternoon saying that they stand in solidarity with all of you and with our Kashmiri brothers and sisters, but we need the British government and the new Prime Minister to raise his voice. We need to hear him say loud and proud that he is standing in solidarity with every single Kashmiri who is suffering human rights abuses, and we need him to call out Narendra Modi and to say that what he is doing is simply not wrong. It's not acceptable. What is happening in India today is it's not simply a matter of just what's happening in Kashmir. Across India, we are seeing abuses of the rights of minorities, in particular of faith minorities, and I pay tribute once again to the strong support that the Kashmiri community here in Birmingham has received from its Sikh brothers and sisters in particular, but also from people. We thank them for showing solidarity with what is another faith minority, not just in this country, but in the state of Jammu and Kashmir and also in India as well. This is a matter of human rights. Can minority communities thrive when there is another majority community exerting its will? And the reason that people ask for freedom, the reason people ask for their own land where they can run their own affairs and make their own decisions, is because they fear and they know that the majority might not respect their human rights. And that's what we're seeing happening across India. So this is a wider issue as well, and we need our government to make an unequivocal stand. And I do ask all of you, many of your members of parliament here in Birmingham, you will know are long-term supporters of the Kashmiri cause, but we need to reach out to our friends, our brothers, our sisters, our families, our contacts in other parts of the country where there are not currently Kashmiris in those areas, but we have to persuade their members of parliament that this is an issue for them to take a lead on, and we have to call out those MPs who remain silent. This next phase of this campaign is going to be crucially important. There is no going back from what India has done by rescinding Article 370, and we must not be those that blink first. We must stand strong, stand in solidarity, and never stop fighting for our brothers and sisters in Kashmir.